Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the science fiction psychological thriller film, Spiderhead. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Modern prison Spiderhead tests the effects of substances used in scientific study. The study aims to shorten the sentences of the test subjects, who are officially state prisoners. The empathetic and hospitable Steve Amnesty and his helper Mark are in charge of running the program. The inmates live in their own quarters, perform tasks, and have unrestricted freedom of movement. Every day, the individuals are put through drug tests that change their emotions and how they perceive their surroundings. The love drug N40 is administered to prisoner Jeff, who is still in shock after killing his companion while driving drunk, and it causes him to lose consciousness and make sex requests of two other prisoners. Steve wants him to decide which of them should receive Darkenflox, a medication that causes extreme anxiety and psychological suffering. He refuses to make a decision, claiming that when the effects of the love drug subsided, he has no strong feelings for any of them. Mark assists Steve in giving himself some N40. The following day, Steve calls Jeff into the observation room and informs him that Heather, the younger of the two ladies, will need to get a dose that will only last 5 minutes due to higher-ups' decision. As a result of Heather damaging her Moby Pack, the device that delivers the medications, Jeff reluctantly agrees, and to his horror, Heather commits suicide while taking Darkenflox. Mark becomes skeptical of the facility's work as a result. Steve drops his keys as he hurries out of the projection room. There are no higher-ups because Steve's company, Amnesty Pharmaceuticals, runs the prison, Jeff learns after opening Steve's desk compartment. The names for the medications came from a bingo card. Steve and Jeff share a laughing drug high because Steve had a Moby Pack inserted. Steve reveals to Jeff that his father left him when he was a little boy. Jeff tells Lizzie, a fellow prisoner with whom he has a close relationship, that in the automobile accident, in addition to killing his companion, he also killed his girlfriend. They kiss after Lizzie gives him a hug. Steve is aware of Jeff's affection for Lizzie. Mark starts to question Steve's motivations, and when Jeff confronts him, he breaks down. When Steve asks Jeff to give Darkenflox to Lizzie, Jeff seizes control of his Moby Pack, exposes that Mark spiked it with Darkenflox, and forces Steve to acknowledge the program's real objective, testing a compliance medication called B6. To put B6 to the ultimate test, whether or not they would damage their love if told to, the other medications are essentially side projects. Inmates had actually been under the influence of the obedience pill the entire time they had agreed to the different examinations. Steve also reveals to Jeff that Lizzie's application for parole had been denied the week before, despite the fact that he had really served his entire term 7 months earlier. In an effort to get Steve to turn open the main entrance door so that Lizzie can escape, Jeff then commands him to hand over the pocket knife. By taking his phone and activating all 4 Darkenflox vials in Lizzie's Moby Pack, Steve defies the order, as following it would mean killing the project, the only thing he has ever loved, forcing Lizzie to act hysterically and attempt suicide. In their struggle for dominance, Jeff manages to disarm Steve while also breaking his Moby Pack. Steve gets up and issues an order for the other prisoners to arrest Jeff and Lizzie as Jeff tries to save Lizzie and successfully removes the vials of Darkenflox. After outnumbering the other prisoners and closing the main entrance behind them, they are able to flee from Spiderhead. Steve flees the island on his float plane as Mark and the cops close in on the island, but while high off of his damaged Moby Pack, he happily crashes into a mountain. While this is going on, Jeff and Lizzie escape on the last motorboat. No medicine can grant self-forgiveness, it must be worked on and chosen, Jeff says in a voiceover. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.